Hey everybody, Ben from Appliance Factory and Mattress Kingdom, here to talk to you today a little bit about the differences between a counter depth and a standard refrigerator. So let's get into it. One of the most common questions we get when people are shopping for refrigerators is what's the difference between counter depth and standard depth, and what are the benefits? So today, that's what we're going to talk about. This right here is a counter depth refrigerator, and basically the biggest difference is counter depth is just a shallower refrigerator. If you look, you'll see your standard countertop is usually about 25.5 inches. Standard cabinetry is about 24 inches deep. So you're going to see counter depth refrigeration run anywhere from 25 to 29 inches, typically for the depth of the case, not including the door here. And that way it's going to actually sit flush against the edge of your cabinetry for a clean look. I'm 5'9", so an easy way for me actually to tell, and if you go into a showroom, if you don't have your measuring tape to actually measure if this thing's 25 to 29 inches, kind of an easy way to tell is I can stand here and without actually leaning into the refrigerator, I can easily touch the back of it. So that's a really basic and easy way to tell, and if you're taller than me, it might not work as well, but it's a good test if you don't have any other way to look. So in contrast, this right here is a standard depth refrigerator. So you can see it actually is going to stick out a little bit past the edge of your countertop and cabinets. And this one, to show you kind of the comparison, when I stand at the edge of this one, I actually have to lean in to touch the back of the refrigerator. So that's an easy way to tell just by look and feel the difference between the two of these. Now let's talk about the pros and cons. Why would someone want a counter depth refrigerator? The main reason is just going to be the aesthetics of it. It looks a lot cleaner, but there's also a little bit of functionality here that if you have maybe an island or something in front of it where the walkway here is going to be a little bit narrow, having that extra space to open the doors is actually going to be very nice for getting extra clearance here and making sure that your doors don't hit anything. Last thing you want is to have a standard depth refrigerator and every time you open the door it bangs into your island. So that's the main reason people buy these ones. The downside of having a counter depth refrigerator is you're actually going to give up some storage space. So obviously the standard depth is a much bigger fridge. So if you have a large family, you can store more food in there. The other downside is, believe it or not, for a counter depth refrigerator, even though it's a smaller fridge capacity wise, these typically run more expensive. So unless you are really interested in the aesthetics or have a reason that you need to save the space in front of the fridge, a lot of times your more cost-effective option is going to be one of these standard depth refrigerators. That's the basics of it, and that's a very quick overview of the differences and why people might choose one over the other. If you have any other questions that we didn't cover in the video, leave a comment below and make sure to like the video and subscribe for future updates on all things appliances. Keep cool. Until next time, guys.